Thank you, Mr. Deputy Speaker. This debate and this whole issue is about people. It is about what they hold most dearest, their homes, where most of us feel safest, our haven, and so often our own financial security. And I know the misery that so many leaseholders in my own constituency are going through because of this crisis. It is important that leaseholders should not be made to pay for the remedial safety works required and be helped out of this current nightmare that they find themselves in through no fault of their own. One of my defining moments as leader of Westminster Council was in the aftermath of the Grenfell fire, when I saw firsthand the devastating effect that fire had on so many lives. 72 who actually lost their lives and paid the ultimate sacrifice, and we must never, ever forget that. Having spoken to ministers, I know they are determined to ensure such a tragedy never happens again, but we must support all leaseholders to be able to draw a line under this torrid time. I appreciate that the vast majority of buildings with ACM cladding have now had it removed, or the work is underway, including 100% of buildings in the social sector. And I certainly welcome the £1.6 billion of government grants that has helped towards that. And I hope we can see more help moving forward. It is beyond me why building owners and property developers think that it is acceptable to expect leaseholders to pay for remedial work, such as cladding replacement, when they bought their homes in good faith, in many cases many years ago. And I will continue to fight on their behalf to ensure that building owners and developers are held to account. And I look forward to hearing from the government on its plans to bring forward the fire safety bill and other legislation that is obviously needed. And I understand that the government is working to introduce this bill very soon. And I hope that it will introduce building safety measures and introduce new laws to ensure people's homes are always safe and can be relied on. I would also like to reiterate the issues about mortgages and making sure that people can sell their homes and also remortgage. It's unacceptable that they are finding themselves in this dreadful situation. I understand that there has been work now on the external wall fire review EWS1 forms, and that the government has paid £700 million towards training more assessors so we can do more of the surveying that is required to get the housing market moving. But I would like to end by saying that leaseholders should never have been allowed to be put in this position. These building materials should never have been allowed to be used on these buildings. And I do welcome the opportunity to discuss and debate this subject today. And I really do hope that the government continues to listen and will bring in fire safety measures as soon as possible so that this dreadful tragedy of Grenfell can never happen again. Thank you, Mr. Deputy Speaker.
Thank you, Nickie.